Oh, hi there. Name's Chad Whizzlebunk. That's Whizzlebunk. How you doing? Nice to meet you. You may be wondering why anybody would buy a Canon EOS R in 2096. I'll tell you why.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So in this video, we're actually reviewing a lens, but we're going to talk about the Canon EOS R. I think we were all wrong about that camera. Right now, we're on the Yongnuo 85mm Tony 1.8 autofocusing lens. It has a bunch of controls on it. Is the autofocus keeping up in Canon-like fashion, though? Am I out of the shot? Oh, I did not plan that well. I'll just creepily crawl over in a neighborhood near you. We doing good? So Yongnuo sent me this lens to review. We'll test the autofocus. I'm gonna try to do some slow-mo, 720p. Oh, that hurts. See if the manual focus actually works. Oh, the tonne. Is it smooth? Tonne. Oh man, that sun's bright. I should have got an ND filter. Thankfully, I don't need one. Good thing we have no stabe. Oh, I should have put the digital on at least. It's not a truck. Oh, the tonne. Look at it. Drink it in, my friend. There's a car. Watch the tonne lights disappear. Is that even it? Probably not. It could be. It's not moving, so it's unlikely. I'm just sitting in random ass spots in the neighborhood. It's how you should review your lens. As long as nobody comes in or any loud trucks. So Canon EOS R, when it first came out, I don't know why, but we gravitate towards the lack of specs in that camera. There was 3 specs, if there was a foot. And it was like 720p slow-mo with manual focus, 1080p, the 4K has a 1.745 times crop. That's an advantage to me now. I film in 1080p most of the time. As long as you're happy with 1080p, then this is the ultimate life hack. You can switch into like wildlife mode in 4K. It's the loudest Porsche I've ever heard in my life. You sound like a truck, you piece of shit. I think I might have even been the first to jump on that gate yelling at the specs. I think I made a video of the rumored specs. That's how low I stooped. Am I in the shot? They're bad. On paper, not good, but a couple firmware updates later, we're respectable. We got our 24p back. I'm in the middle of the road. A cyclist almost hit me. If you don't, oh God, I'm not even in the shot. Watch the tonne cyclist come by. Oh. You ruined my shot. Oh, she's gonna ruin. How could you get that if you didn't have 1080p? Oh, little tonne apple. I'm trying out the manual focus. Oh, that's what's happening. It's switched over to that one. I have that helpful box that's helping me so hard right now. Okay, digital stave is on. This is the closest focusing distance we can get. That's pretty magic. You gotta admit it. And Canon's digital stave, like look at this. There's no IBIS, there's no lens stave. It looks like I'm on, oh, except for that, when I move and talk. It's better than Sony IBIS was. Like when it came out, we were like, oh man, no IBIS, are you serious? But it's actually really good, the digital stave. It's actually better for wide angle lenses. Case in point, we're walking. It's very smooth for 85mm vlogs. About to hit that sun, where Canon allows us a 1/4000th of a shutter speed, which should be plenty enough. Kind of. I find we focus too much on specs, my friend. We're in 4K now, making this lens like a 135, maybe more. Here's the crop, and I find the tonne, it's not even bothered. All this crop lying to you, it doesn't matter. Like APS-C, oh no, it's a 1.8 and now it's a 4.2 or something. I don't know math. They ruined my shot. I find it doesn't matter though, like on the Sony a7S III, if you go into APS-C mode, which is only allowed in 1080p, you're on your 20mm 1.8, you switch into like a 35, whatever it would be, it's still enough tone, same tone, like it doesn't change. Unless you move the shot, which you probably should, but still. I think we get obsessed with specs, whereas this is like the perfect YouTuber's camera. It doesn't have 10-bit, it doesn't matter. Sony a7S III, so much better. Like when you compare them side by side, yeah, it's better looking, but Canon exposes for you better. Is it not? Is it not? I notice it. Yes, it'll clip the sky hard. No dynamic range. I haven't even tried C-Log in a long time. I'm afraid to do it. We're just in standard. I find it's more pleasing. People like the brighter shot. Whereas your Sony a7S III, if you're going in auto ISO, which you should as a professional filmmaker, knowing that a car would never ruin your shot, this car would never turn in front of my shot. I'm Clintwood Florencedale. Oh, you ruined my life. As it tracks me. Was I even in the shot? Odds aren't good. It's got everything you need. The more pleasing, I do prefer the colors. I got to admit it. Canon colors, they're better than Sony. Sony tries, and sometimes it works, but usually it shifts over to green or something bad, something real bad. Whereas this lens is probably like $8. Look at that tone. I'm noticing smooth tone, unless I get it on the monitor and it looks different. Probably might. I doubt it. I'm really low. I should be arrested. As the roses blow in the wind, captured by the Yongnuo beauty, I went inside the minimal focus distance. That hurts. There it is. It's beautiful. How's 4K vlogging? It's pretty good. No rolling shutter. You're not seeing that jello-y stuff. That's not happening.
Take away my pain and hold me to my own. Waiting for my friend. Come around and hold me to my understanding.
Dark as heck, but I bet you Canon's brightening up the image for us. That slow motion, pain in the bitch, I'll admit it. It's not even where it says it should be. Why isn't it right there? Like you change your frame rates, 4K, 1080p, 720p, 120 frames should be there. It should be an option, but it's not. You gotta dive into the menus and then check high frame rate and disable digital stave and all this shit. It's a piece of shit, but you'll get used to it. The hammer's real. I'm promoting it. Several years later, I realized the ways, my errors, and I'm correcting them. It's a fantastic. I'm just waiting for Camera Canada to give me a price on it. I might pounce, for sure. How come you trail the industry, but you make the most money? All right, let's talk about this lens for a bit. I've had a chance to review the footage. We got some interesting results in the autofocus system of life that you've been witnessing. So sometimes it doesn't lock on very quick. And then sometimes switching focus, it's a bit jumpy. It's not like a smooth Canon RF because Canon doesn't share the specs with other companies, so they have to like reverse engineer it. But interesting. So on the lens itself, oh, Fuji's actually doing it. We've got an autofocus, manual focus switch, but also this unique three-way control system So you can either have it focusing or switch it to the control for like aperture, or the clicky, my favorite. Are you kidding yourself? There's no mic down there. I promised you I would never do that. Whenever a company sends me a lens to review, I don't think like, okay, how can I get my audience to buy it? Please buy it through my affiliate. Like, I don't even think I have an affiliate link for this. I just enjoy testing gear and then I get to keep it. I don't even have a Canon system yet. I'm debating buying it. So should you get it over the Canon 85mm f2? If it was me, that thing is stabilized and a macro lens. Probably has smoother focusing, but might have more focus breathing. We'll switch to this and compare it to the G9 with its Yongnuo Masterhood competitor, 42.5, same focal length. In fact, let's do that now. Who's more magical? Every time I do a little comparison like this, 50-50, split, oh, the Canon looks so good. Oh no, Panasonic, I knew I made the right purchase. Every single time, just split down the middle. You can never learn anything from like, okay, I just want to hear my audience's opinion on this, and then it's split. You never know what the hell. So this is kind of interesting. Panasonic G9 with the counterpart to this lens. It's a 42.5, which is an 85mm equiv, but it's a Tony 1.7, which is 3.4 tone-wise, versus the real thing, actual full frame, you don't have to do math, 85mm 1.8, there it is. It's faster than Canon's Tony 2. You'd notice it big. From 1.8 to 2, forget about it, it's a lot. What you're seeing though is the difference in tone. The bookshelf magic back there, it's like, wow, he's so dignified. He reads on the Canon, whereas on the G9 you're like, yeah, it's just books. It's actually a mess. Whereas like they're magic books on the Canon. What happens when we put a light back there though? Then the penny boy, that's when you see the pulsing. Although maybe this lens, even with the new firmware, it hurts. It hurts the soul to be a penny boy shooter. It's always there. Is that what this video is about? It could be. Wow. I think you can't go wrong with this lens, except I'd probably get the Canon 85mm. It's a macro and stabilized. But the focus breathing, was there any? Seems pretty well controlled. See that's a bitch. It just so happens to be a 58mm filter size, and we do have a Black Pro Mist. Dare we dream it? So now we have the KNF black diffusion filters on both, same strength, same company lens. There's the differences we see. So when it comes to the EOS R, could you buy it in 2021? It's a bit ghetto now, but when I was looking at that slow-mo, like it looked good. And you upsample to 4K, it's like, there you go, 4K 120p kind of. Nobody cares. Once it gets to YouTube, YouTube crushes it anyway. It's not bad. It's annoying. No stab and manual focus. And when you switch out, it reverts to 1080p, 60p. Annoying things happen to good people, but for the first release... What are you looking at, Penny Boy? Penny Boy? For their first camera though, that's their first full-frame mirrorless, like a completely new technology. Years later with firmware updates, not bad. G9 was shit. On release, it had no 10-bit, had no nothing. Then they updated it. Did it matter though? You're looking at 10-bit versus 8-bit. Do you care? What's the difference? Nobody sees it. Unless you push a grade so hard you got blue magenta shadows and you're, it's so cinematic grade. Are you believing it? We believe it. We'll believe you'll be homeless in 3 months. I've been pleasantly surprised with the Canon EOS R now in 2021 as an A7S III owner. I kind of prefer it in a lot of ways, except if I need slow motion, then this is superior, or I need to really rely on that autofocus. Canon colors. It's just so simple, easy to use, good battery life, good autofocus, kind of. It loses you sometimes, but not bad. I'm a Canon fanboy. I'm waiting. I might pounce. Pounce on you, penny boy, later on. You know what I mean. I'll leave. So, what do you think of the lenses? Yongnuo. Cheaper. I forgot to mention, the Canon 85mm is like $600. This is maybe $250? Something like that, so you're saving a lot. I haven't tested the 85 Canon, so I don't know how bad that focus breathing is, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So, Canon might be the future. They have interesting lenses to come. RF mount, 14 to 35 coming. I can dig it. I can dig that. So, cool. I'm gonna go after you buy a Fuji Assassin t-shirt. That brief moment was filmed on a Fuji camera in here. 16mm. I'll leave as the autofocus tracks me.